And good early afternoon, and welcome to this presentation by El Paso Sports Network of here at Eisnega Field in the baseball match between the visiting New Mexico Junior College Thunderbirds, who come in with a record of 21-17, 8-12 in conference, and the home team, El Paso Community College Tejanos. They come in 25-15, 10-10 in conference play. And we're starting up probably the tail end of the schedule here for both teams, actually. There are 3 series left after today. Tejanos and the Thunderbirds, as well as other teams, are very tightly mixed here as we sprint to the finish line here as far as the conference finals are concerned. The Tejanos right now sit tied for 4th place in the conference with Amarillo. The New Mexico Junior College Thunderbirds, they are 8-12. They sit right now in 6th place. So this is a big series here for both teams. And on the mound for the Tejanos is Giselle Buchhout. Will be starting for the Tejanos, and leading off for the Thunderbirds, it will be the left fielder. That is Marvin Hill. Swing at the first pitch. High chopper there to Maldonado, and he loses the handle of it as he tries to barehand it, get to throw the first base, and just not in time there, drops the ball. And Hill will end up at first base. So the first batter for the Thunderbirds gets the first base. That's going to bring up the designated hitter. That is Javier Diaz. And Diaz, once again, is sophomore. First pitch is outside for a ball. Diaz comes in batting .325, 38 hits, 35 runs batted in. Buchhout here early, dealing with some early trouble here with a runner on first base. Hill at first base, not much of a threat to run. He only has 2 stolen bases so far this season, but still got to keep an eye on him anyway. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Buchhout with the wind. Nice pitch there, getting the outside corner. Little breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And looked like Diaz there. A little frustrated going after that pitch. So going to reset. Tighten his gloves up again before it gets into the box. Time is called. That is, he's called out. I believe it had to do with the time that he spent outside the box. In any case, there's 1 down for the Thunderbirds, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Roman Trinidad. Roman Trinidad comes in batting .386, 49 hits, 43 runs batted in. One of the top hitters here for New Mexico Junior College. First pitch in the dirt, and it is ruled a swing. So Buchhout is ahead on the count. 1 strike. Hill, the runner, still at first base. 1 down. Buchhout on the stretch. Delivers. Another good pitch. That one looked like it went right down the middle. So Buchhout is ahead. No balls, 2 strikes to count here. Here comes the windup. Nice pitch there to high strike zone. Got the strike out there. 2 outs. Again, runner still at first base. That is Hill. That's going to bring up the cleanup hitter for the Thunderbirds. He is second baseman, Jesus Mejias. Mejias, a sophomore, batting .390, 48 hits, 38 runs batted in. Buchhout set for delivery. Pitch in the dirt, a little bit outside. For those of you that are wondering, Asa Costa is going to join us here in a few minutes. Right now, I am sort of flying solo at this point. 2 down, runner at first base, pitch. Good shot in the corner. I would like to thank Sean Size, one of the Tejanos up here helping us. We'll call him an assistant producer for today. Another pitch to the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. Buchhaus trying to put away the Thunderbirds here in the top of the first inning. That pitch gets by in between second and first into right field. Runner advances. So now there are 2 down. 2 runners on. That's going to bring up the center fielder. That is Kason Savage, playing center field. Batting from the left side. He is a sophomore. Batting .317, 38 hits, and 34 runs batted in. A little bit of a threat here for the Thunderbirds. First pitch by Buchhaus. Gets in that strike zone. Gets a hit on the count. Again, runners at second and first. 2 outs. Savage at the plate. The pitch. Nice pitch there. Swing and a miss. Buchhaus a hit on the count. No balls. 2 strikes. Didn't seem to be much of a threat on the bases as far as running. Fly ball, left field. Going back and makes the catch there for the 3rd out. So in the top of the first inning, no runs and 2 hits. So it's going to bring up the top of the order for the Tejanos. We will be right back after a short break.
Sent me a text. Claudia sent a text, said she's here and is talking about it. I can't even know that.
Oh, yeah.
Talking.
Welcome back to Eisnega Field here on the campus of El Paso Community College. Moving to the bottom of the first inning here in the game between the New Mexico Junior College Thunderbirds and the El Paso Community College Tejanos. On the mound for the Thunderbirds is going to be number 37. That is Hersey Felix. He is a freshman, right-handed pitcher. He has an earned run average of 6.25, 31 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 31 hits, walked 25 batters, and has 34 strikeouts. And so the Tejanos will try and get an early lead here in the bottom of the first after the Thunderbirds were scoreless in the top of the first. And leading up for the Tejanos is going to be the third baseman, Miguel Maldonado. Miguel Maldonado leads the Tejanos in batting with a .430 batting average. 55 hits, 54 runs batted in. Having a good season so far here for the Tejanos. First pitch, tight inside for a ball. On deck for the Tejanos is the second baseman, Sal Rocha. Maldonado waiting for the pitch. And a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes is the count to Maldonado. Usually very patient at the plate. Felix with the delivery. Pitches inside. 3 balls, no strikes to count. One of the things about the Tejanos this year is that they want to get out early, and in order to do that, obviously, they need base runners. Looking for that kind of a start here this afternoon. Here comes the pitch. Outside corner for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count here for Miguel Maldonado. Here comes the pitch. And that's low. Got away from the catcher. Maldonado takes a walk, gets to first base. And again, that's going to bring up the second baseman, Sal Rocha. Looking at Rocha's numbers here. He comes in batting .388, 52 hits, 46 runs batted in. And a chance here to either move the runner across or get another base runner. Felix waiting for the pitch. And that hits the inside corner for a strike. Maldonado at first base with 14 stolen bases. So if he finds the right opportunity, he will try and take that base. 1 strike to count. Pitch is high and outside. That is the ball. Evens up the count at 1-1. Looking at the flags out there in the outfield, just a little breeze. Nothing major here. It looks like they're blowing out to left field. Comes the pitch. Over to right field. That's going down the line, but it will be out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And while watching batting practice earlier today, I noticed that it seemed that most of the balls that carried pretty well were to right center, which is usually the case here when there is little or no wind. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Rocha. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be in center field and caught out there by the center fielder. Strong throw to first base, trying to make that a double play. But nonetheless, that is Kason Savage out there in center field. Did a good job of going over to right center, catching that line drive. 1 down. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Pablo Vargas. Pablo Vargas, the freshman, comes in batting .414, 36 hits, 41 runs batted in. Little pick-off attempt to first base, not much there. Not a big lead by Maldonado over there at first base. 1 out, 1 runner on. Here comes the pitch. Good pitch right down the middle. Vargas takes it for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Maldonado trying to see how much he can take the lead out there at first base. Another shot to center field. Savage moving over once again and does a good job there. Nice catch for out number 2. So the last 2 batters, Sal Rocha, Pablo Vargas, with some good contact on the ball, just hit it out there to center field, and nice job by the nice job of defense by the center fielder. That's going to bring up the Tejanos center fielder, Nico Olea. Olea, the freshman from Coronado High School. Here comes the first pitch. High and outside for a ball. Olea batting .415. 49 hits. 44 runs batted in. Pitch is outside once again. 2 balls, no strikes. Olea had I believe it was a 23 or 26 game hitting streak broken a couple of weeks ago. Comes the pitch. Outside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Olea not too pleased about that. Olea right now, he's got 13 multi-hit games this season. Wind up on the pitch. There goes Maldonado. Nice hit and run there. Maldonado's going to make the turn, go to third base easily. Olea with a single. Maldonado moves to third. And we got 2 down. Runners at the corners. We'll bring up the first baseman, Irvin Duarte. Duarte's second on the team in batting with a .416 average. 47 hits, 40 runs batted in. Batting from the left side. Duarte currently has a 6-game hitting streak. Fouls it off to the left side, out of play. Duarte has 14 multi-hit games so far this season. Thank you to Dana Eisnega for those stats. Pitch is high and inside for a ball. Evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tejanos threatening here in the bottom of the first with runners at the corners. Comes the pitch. There goes the runner. And the pitch is fouled off down first base line, actually into the dugout. So Olea has to return to first base. The count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Once again, 2 outs. Duarte looking to get an RBI here. Here comes the pitch. Oh, just held up on that. Appeal. No swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Actually, we have Deuces Wild. Bottom of the first inning. Here comes the pitch. There goes Olea again. Ball hit straight up the middle, right at second base. Nice job there by the shortstop, Barraza. Brings up the third out. So after 1 complete, the score is tied at 0. We will be right back. There's some button there that it's supposed to be for the outside line, but we're not picking up. I'm not picking up anything out there, so it's one of the buttons that is not set right. So that's something he knows about. I don't know anything about that. Welcome back to Eisnega Field here on the campus of El Paso Community College. Moving to the top of the second inning. And the leading off for the Thunderbirds here in the top of the second inning is the shortstop, Talon Barraza. Jaziel Buchhaus still on the mound here in the second inning for the Tejanos. Barraza, the sophomore. He is from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Comes in batting .309, 38 hits, 25 runs batted in. Buchhaus is set. The delivery. There's a shot to center field. Olea working in. Nope. Called off by the right fielder, Pablo Vargas. And good job of communication out there in the outfield for one down. Brings up the first baseman, Mickey Brewer. Brewer, the freshman, batting .358, 43 runs, 33 runs batted in. Batting from the left side, one down. Pitch a bit outside there, taken for a ball. Buchhaus ready again. Fouled off to the right side by the backstop. As I talked about earlier, a very important series here for both of these teams today and tomorrow, in trying to position to get into that fourth spot. The top four conference teams will go into a playoff. Pitch is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. 1 out. Here comes the pitch. Line drive past the third baseman, Maldonado. Solid hit there. Runner at first base. Going to bring up the catcher, Peyton Pierce. Peyton Pierce, the sophomore. Batting .215, 20 hits, 13 runs batted in. Runner at first base now with 1 out. First pitch by Buchhaus is a strike. Brewer, not much of a threat to run. He has 1 stolen base so far this season. Little chopper back to Buchhaus. He's going to go to first base, take the easy out. And that makes it 2 down. The runner does move to second base. Brewer going to bring up the third baseman, Jeremy Cuevas. Cuevas, the freshman, is batting .308, 12 hits, 4 runs batted in. Brewer at second base, 2 down. Hit to the second baseman, Sal Rocha. Clean play to first to end the inning. No score for the Thunderbirds. We will be back after this break. Welcome back to Eisnega Field. We are going to start the bottom of the second inning. No score. Leading off for the Tejanos is going to be the catcher, Nick Cortinas. Cortinas, a freshman, batting .384, 33 hits, 27 runs batted in. Looking to get something started here for the Tejanos in the bottom of the second inning in a scoreless ball game. Felix delivery, high and outside. Felix comes in with a record of 3 wins and 2 losses. He's pitched 31 innings. Ball is outside once again. Cortinas ahead on the count. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Swung and fouled off to the first base side. Out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Time as Coach Robbins trots out to the pitcher's mound. Maybe he saw something that he wants to correct from Hersey Felix. Again, I keep mentioning the importance of this series, and it gets down to the point where every pitch here is going to be really important. So Coach Robbins has had his say, runs back to the dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Cortinas at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Oh, he tried to overthrow that one. Missed outside. Three balls, 1 strike to count to Cortinas. Next pitch, fouled off once again, foul back. Nice pitch, Cortinas just missed that one. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cortinas shaking off something in his left hand. Seems to be okay. Gets back in the box. Again, the full count pitch by Felix is a shot. Base hit over in right center. Center fielder Savage goes over to cut it off. And Cortinas is on with a base hit for the Tejanos. That's going to bring up the shortstop, the sophomore Chris Tavares. Tavares has missed a couple of games, a couple of series actually, with an injury. Glad to see him back in the lineup. Swings away at the first pitch, high. Shortstop calling off the second baseman. Makes the play, that is Barraza. 1 down. Cortinas stays at first base. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Brandon Gomez. Brandon Gomez has been having a success at the plate recently. First pitch, swing and a miss. Gomez, a graduate of Eastwood High School, comes in batting .393, 11 hits, 13 runs batted in. Comes the pitch. Swung out to center field once again. Little bit of a carry, but Savage is under it. 2 down. Fly out to center. Cortinas remains at first base, and that's going to bring up the bottom of the order. That is the left fielder, Orlando Samaniego. Samaniego's a sophomore, batting .367, 33 hits, 25 runs batted in. Pitches outside. Samaniego, a graduate of Riverside High School here in El Paso. 2 outs, runner at first base. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the pitch to Samaniego. Low part of the plate there. Strike zone. Evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch by Felix. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Tejanos looking to get the first run of the ball game in here. With 2 outs, runner at first base. That pitch is tight and high. 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck, leadoff hitter, third baseman Miguel Maldonado, who singled in his first at bat. 3-1 pitch. And he walked him inside. That will move Cortinas to second base. And an opportunity now for the Tejanos with 2 outs, runners at second and first. And Miguel Maldonado, who leads the Tejanos in batting, up to the plate. Maldonado has 17 multi-hit games this season to lead the Tejanos. So a good man to have at the plate right now. Pitches inside on that breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Felix gets set. And the pitch outside once again. 2 balls, no strikes. Another interesting tidbit here from Dana. The Tejanos Big Stick Award recognizes players who get 70 or more hits in a season. With 4 games remaining, Maldonado right now needs 3.75 hits in the remaining series to reach that mark. So he's got the best chance there so far. Hopefully he can get to that. Right now, that pitch was fouled back by Maldonado. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. I think that ball went off the glove of the catcher, Pierce. Seems to be all right. Ready to go. Again, 2 runners on. Second and first. Maldonado at the plate. The pitch by Felix. Oh, that was a big swing there by Maldonado. He wanted that one. Just got under it. Deuces wild. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Miguel Maldonado at the plate. Nick Cortinas at second. Orlando Samaniego at first. Here comes the pitch by Felix. Bit high. Count is now 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. The runners will be going on the pitch here. Great opportunity here for Maldonado if he gets himself a good pitch. And I'm sure Felix knows that as well. Here comes the pitch by Felix. Inside, walks Maldonado. So now the bases are full of Tejanos. Cortinas at third, or Samaniego at second, Maldonado at first. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Sal Rocha. Rocha flied out to center field in his first at bat. Rocha has 14 multi-hit games this season. And he needs 4.5 hits on average to get to 70 in the remaining series. Again, big opportunity here for the Tejanos. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Rocha at the plate. Felix delivers high. Ball 1. Felix has walked the last 2 batters he's faced. Here comes the pitch. Drive out there to center field. Savage is going to get under it. And no, just off his glove. 1 run scores. 2 run score. Stand-up double for Sal Rocha. And 2 RBIs for Rocha there. And the Tejanos are on the board first. Again, nice hitting by Rocha, getting the ball out there. Savage, the center fielder, came up. He had to go to his right. Came up and just hit off his glove. So that's going to bring up the right fielder, Pablo Vargas. Vargas flied out to center field, also his first time. First pitch, right down the middle for a strike. The Tejanos still threatening here, with runners at third and second. Comes the pitch. Fooled on that little breaking ball. So Vargas is behind on the count, 2 strikes. Maldonado at third, Rocha at second, Vargas. Good take, just a bit low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tejanos with 2 runs in here in the bottom of the second inning, looking for more. Here comes the pitch by Felix, bit high. Two balls, 2 strikes to count. Vargas looking for something he can drive here with 2 outs. Ooh, just getting a piece of that one. Fouled off. So you still got 2 balls, 2 strikes on Vargas, 2 outs. Runners at third and second. Tejanos looking for more runs here. 2-run lead. Comes the pitch. Oh, he got him. Inside corner, nice pitch by Felix. Caught looking was Vargas. So there in the bottom of the second, there was 2 hits, 2 runs scored, and the Tejanos take a 2-0 lead, moving to the top of the third inning. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Eisnega Field here on the campus of El Paso Community College. Moving to the top of the third inning. And we do have a substitution for the Tejanos. Duel Malave will be in at catcher for Nick Cortinas. And leading off for the Thunderbirds, Bookhouse pitch is high. Marvin Hill, the left fielder, at the plate for the Thunderbirds. Hit to second baseman Rocha, cleanly fielded. Toss to first for the out. One down, brings up the designated hitter, Javier Diaz. And before it gets too late, I do have to mention the umpires behind the plate, Curtis McDonald, and on the bases, John Seymour. Javier Diaz at the plate. Thunderbirds down 2-0. Close pitch there by Bookhouse. Must have been a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch back up the middle. Sal Rocha to his right. Takes his time, makes a pivot to first base. And another 4-3. 2 down. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Roman Trinidad, who struck out in his first at bat. Bookhouse quickly with 2 outs. Next pitch, the strike. Bookhouse trying to protect that 2-0 lead. Next pitch, a little bit low, fouled off to the right. And he's a hit on the count. 2 strikes to Roman Trinidad. Pitch, swing and a miss. Well, foul really fooled him that time. Just sort of waved at that pitch. Nice job there by Bookhouse. And so for the Thunderbirds, 3 up, 3 down in the top of the third inning. We'll be back after this break. And welcome back to Eisnega Field, where we're moving to the bottom of the third inning with the Tejanos with a 2-0 lead over the Thunderbirds from New Mexico Junior College. And Hershey Felix still on the mound for the Thunderbirds. He is a freshman from Brooklyn, New York. Leading off for the Tejanos is going to be the center fielder, Nico Olea. Olea singled in the first inning, stranded at first base. Pitched by Felix, bit high. For a ball. Tejanos here in the bottom of the third inning, looking for more runs here, as we've seen by experience. Pitch outside. 2 runs is really not much of a lead here on this field, so they're going to need some more runs here. Feel a little bit more comfortable. 2 balls, no strikes. There's a fly ball to center field. That's going to carry a little bit. Looks like a Savage is under it, and he's got it. Deepest part of the park out there. Good contact by Olea, just a little bit too high. Just got under it. 1 out. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Urban Duarte. Duarte grounded out. First at bat. There comes the pitch. Just outside the zone, just missed. 1 ball. Comes the pitch. Outside again. So there's times when Felix has pretty good control, and times when he just loses it for a while. Here comes a pitch. Hits the second baseman. Nice job by the second baseman going to his left. Plenty of time to spin around, come up and make the play. 2 outs. That was Mejias, the second baseman, with a good defensive play there. 2 down. It's going to bring up the catcher, Duel Malave. Pitch is a bit low. Malave from Puerto Rico. He's a freshman, batting .319, 15 hits, 11 runs batted in. That pitch missed outside and low. 2 balls, no strikes to count. 2 quick outs for the Tejanos here in the bottom of the third inning. Fouled off, out of play. The count now, 2 balls, 1 strike to Malave. Comes a pitch by Felix. Inside part of the plate for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We've got Deuces Wild here, 2 outs. Malave trying to keep the inning going here for the Tejanos. And just missed that one. Toward first base is in time. And that takes care of the Tejanos here in the bottom of the third. No score. And the Tejanos lead 2-0 after 3 innings. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Eisnega Field here on the El Paso Sports Network. We are moving now to the top of the fourth inning in game number 1 of this doubleheader. 4-game series, 2 more games tomorrow. This game here is going to be a 7-inning ball game. The second game, which will begin 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first game, will be a 9-inning ball game. So on the top of the fourth, leading off will be the second baseman, Jesus Macias, who singled in the first inning, stranded at first base. Again, he leads the Thunderbirds in batting, .390 average, 8 home runs, 24 strikeouts, and 38 runs batted in. Jaziel Buchhaus on the mound once again for the Tejanos. There's first pitch swinging, line drive to left field, drops in front of Samaniego out there. And the Thunderbirds had their first base runner here in the top of the fourth inning. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Kason Savage, who struck out in the first. Macias doesn't have any stolen bases. Surprised about that. But nonetheless, you have to keep an eye on him at first base. Buchhaus with the pitch, outside. A breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, Tejanos lead here, 2-0. We're in the top of the fourth inning. There's a shot to Sal Rocha. Goes to Tavares. Not enough time to turn that double play. So that will be a fielder's choice. One out. Savage will be at first base, and that will bring up the shortstop, Talon Barraza, who flied out to center field in his first at bat. Savage at first base does have 4 stolen bases. Pitched by Buchhaus, a little bit outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Buchhaus has had pretty good control of his pitches. He's got 4 strikeouts, no walks, which always helps. Pitches outside, in danger here of putting a runner on base. 3 balls, no strikes. Here comes the pitch. Outside corner for a strike. 3-1. See if Buchhaus here comes in with a breaking pitch. Or he just brings the heat. Quick throw to first base. Trying to get the runner at first base. Savage to leaning. But got back safely. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Comes the pitch. Another nice pitch from Buchhaus. That is a strike. The count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner goes, and the pitch is outside for a walk. So now the Thunderbirds have 2 runners on base. Savage at second, Barraza at first. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Mikael Brewer, who singled in his first at bat. Bookhouse, a little bit of a jam here. Runners at second and first. One out. Comes the pitch. Boy, that one got away from him outside. One ball. Brewer, the lefty, at the plate. Tejanos would like to turn two here. Get out of the inning. The camera is out, so put it on the other one. I don't know why I have to wait. Switch it back again. Yeah, something disconnected out there. Timeout is called. Coach Sierra is going to go out to the mound and talk to Bookhouse here. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Again, as I keep mentioning, very important series here for both teams. So makes this important. Bookhouse will stay in here after the conference. Again, Brewer at the plate. Savage at second, Barraza at first. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Here comes the pitch by Bookhouse. Fouled off for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now to count. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And that's going to be hit in left field. That might drop. No, nice catch out there by Orlando Samaniego. Great job of stretching out. Boy, I thought that was really going to fall in the gap. But nice effort by Orlando Samaniego in left field. Saves at least 1 run, maybe 2. And that is the second out. So now with 2 outs, runners at second and first, that is going to bring up the catcher, Peyton Pierce. Pierce grounded out his first at bat. That pitch is out to right field. Right fielder Vargas getting under it, makes the play, and Bookhouse gets out of the inning with giving up no runs. So now, with the bottom of the 4th coming up, it is the Tejanos 2 and the Thunderbirds 0. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Eisnega Field, where the Tejanos, with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and a great job of pitching by Jaziel Bookhouse to get out of that jam, and also a nice play by Salvador Rocha in left field, moving over to his left into left center field, and reaching out, stretching for that line drive to get the out and save one, maybe 2 runs there for the Tejanos. So coming up here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Hersey Felix, still on the mound, and leading off for the Tejanos is going to be the shortstop, Chris Tavares, who flied out in the first. Here comes the pitch by Felix. Taken outside by Tavares. Tavares in his first at bat went after the first pitch. This time, a little bit more patient here. Comes the pitch. That shot to left field. That's going to carry. And bomba for Chris Tavares. Welcome back into the lineup. Chris Tavares with a solo home run. And he stood there at home plate and admired that for a while because he got all of it. And that's going to extend the lead for the Tejanos to 3-0. And I'm sure Tavares feels good about that one. As I said, after missing a couple of the series, getting back into the lineup. So that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Brandon Gomez, who flied out to center in his first at bat. And Gomez is capable of doing the same thing. Pitch is high and outside for Chris Tavares. That is bomba number 5. 32 runs batted in. Oh boy, there goes another shot by Brandon Gomez. And again, just like I mentioned, he has the same potential. Another bomba for Brandon Gomez, back-to-back home runs here for the Tejanos in the bottom of the 4th inning. So again, exactly what the Tejanos were looking for. Insurance runs. And another one by Brandon Gomez. And pushes the score to 4-0 in favor of the Tejanos. And that's going to bring up the left fielder, Orlando Samaniego. So Gomez, that's his 3rd home run for Gomez. And just like that, the Tejanos lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch is low, taken by Samaniego. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out. Comes the pitch by Felix, a bit high. Misses there. 3 balls, no strikes. There's no one in the up in the bullpen for the Thunderbirds. So right now, Felix is on his own. Pitch is high again. Walked on 4 pitches. And we'll go to the top of the order. And Miguel Maldonado, who has a single and walked. Been on base twice. Time is called by the catcher, Pierce. There is some stirring over in the bullpen for the Thunderbirds now. Trying to give the warm-up a little bit extra time. Bottom of the 4th, 2 runs in for the Tejanos, 2 bombas. Orlando Samaniego walked, is on first base. Miguel Maldonado, top of the order, at the plate. Miss high, 1 ball. Here comes the pitch by Felix. Still high and outside. Well, both of those bombas that we saw were both to left field. And looking at the flags, there's not much, not even a breeze right now. So, just as I say that, they start moving a little bit. Anyway, pitch is low. 3 balls, no strikes. Potentially a big inning here for the Tejanos. 4 runs in, 1 runner on first base, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Miguel Maldonado at the plate. See if he takes 3-0. He does. And the runner moves to second base, so Samaniego with a stolen base. Oh, I'm sorry, actually that is ball 4. Forget the stolen base. 2 base on balls in a row brings up the second baseman, Sal Rocha, who doubled and had 2 RBIs, the first 2 runs for the Tejanos. That will be all for Herbsty Felix, and we'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll come back in a minute. Welcome back to Eisnega Field here on the campus of El Paso Community College. We have a pitching change for the Thunderbirds. On the mound in relief is going to be number 27, Riley Hall. Riley Hall from Oakford, Australia. Kind of far away from home here. He is a freshman. He's pitched 4 2/3 innings. He's got 13.5 earned run average. This is his 6th appearance so far this season. 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. And he's going to try to stop the momentum that the Tejanos have built here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 bombas, 2 walks, and nobody out. And that will be bringing up the second baseman, Sal Rocha. Maldonado at first base, Orlando Samaniego at second base. First pitch, inside part of the plate for a strike. Big swing and a miss there. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Hall on the mound for the Thunderbirds. There's goes a shot to second base. He's going to take it himself. Turns 2. 4-3 double play. Samaniego moves to third base. And that will bring up the right fielder, Pablo Vargas. Flied out and struck out looking. Pitch in for a strike there. So just like that, 2 outs, runner at third base. Vargas with the shot to center fielder, straight away center. Not much movement out there. Savage makes the play. And the inning is over, but not before the Tejanos, 2 bombas to extend their lead to 4-0. Will return in a bit. Welcome back here to El Paso Sports Network here at Eisnega Field, where we're moving to the top of the 5th inning. The Tejanos with a 4-0 lead, 4 runs and 6 hits. The Thunderbirds, no runs on 4 hits, and Jesiel Buchhaus doing a good job here on the mound. First pitch a bit high. Leading off for the Thunderbirds is the bottom of the order, the third baseman, Jeremy Cuevas. Cuevas with a shot to center field. Olea going over, can't reach it, and that's going to bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. So you get a double for Cuevas. Hard hit. Took that bounce on that turf and bounced over the fence. That's going to bring up the top of the order for the Thunderbirds. Marvin Hill, the left fielder, singled and grounded out. Again, nobody out. Runner at second base after a ground rule double. Pitch a bit inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Buchhaus working with a 4-run lead here. Comes the pitch. Inside once again. 2 balls, no strikes. Marvin Hill is the leadoff hitter for the Thunderbirds, top of the order. On deck is the designated hitter, Javier Diaz. Comes the pitch. That's a high bouncer, foul, down the third baseline. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. Buchhaus ready for the pitch. Big pitch there, swing and a miss. Big swing by Hill. Nice breaking pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Buchholz can make his job a little bit easier here with strikeout. And that's to right field. That's going to fall in front of Vargas. Here comes the runner rounding third. And a little bit late on the throw. So Cuevas scores from second. Hill with an RBI single. And the Thunderbirds are on the board. 4-1 is the score. Again, we're in the top of the fifth inning. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Javier Diaz. Struck out and grounded out so far today. Nice breaking ball there for a strike by Buchholz. Hill at first base after that RBI single. Oh, there's a shot. Left field. That one is gone. A bomba for Javier Diaz. And quickly, the lead for the Tejanos has shrank. 2 runs scored there, and now it's a 1-run ball game. Tejanos 4, Thunderbirds 3. And just like that, we have a tight ball game, and still nobody out. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Roman Trinidad. Struck out twice. That was a big shot by Diaz there. He got all of it, not much doubt. Pitch by Buchholz is outside part of the plate, outside corner for a strike. So now Buchholz is waiting to preserve a 1-run lead. That is fouled off behind the plate. 2 strikes, the count to Trinidad. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off, first base line. And again, I mentioned earlier, a 2-run lead is not safe. Obviously, a 4-run lead is not safe as well here in this ballpark. And now we're 4-3 in the top of the 5th inning. Oh, that pitch hits the batter. Another runner on base. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Jesus Mejias, who has singled twice today. And here comes Coach Susi. And looks like that'll be all for Buchholz. Pitched a good strong 4 innings, but this 5th inning got him in a little bit of a trouble. So we'll have the pitching change. We'll be right back and give you the information. Welcome back to EP Sports Network here at Eisnega Field, where the Tejanos with a 4-3 lead here. Pitching change on the mound for the Tejanos is freshman Evan Martinez, graduate from Isleta High School. This is his 9th appearance. He's pitched 14 2/3 innings, 6.14 earned run average, 15 walks, and 18 strikeouts. Looking to preserve the 1-run lead here with nobody out. Big swing and a miss by Mejias. Nobody out. Runner at first base. And the pitch just a bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Buchhaus was 4 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts. Martinez taking over here for the Tejanos. Nice pitch inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out.
It's all that packet. Oh, it's all that packet. Gotcha. Stapled. Okay.
Martinez ready again. Checks the runner at first. Pitches outside. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comes the pitch by Martinez. High chopper. Tavares, can't make the play there. Trying to barehand it once again. High chopper. He was going to have trouble getting the runner at first base. And couldn't quite make the play. So that puts Mejias at first. Moves Trinidad to second base. It's going to bring up the center fielder, Kason Savage. And still, there's nobody out here for the Tejanos in the top of the 5th inning. Breaking ball by Evan Martinez. Nice pitch for a strike. Tejanos looking to turn 2 here. Minimize the damage. 3 runs in so far for the Thunderbirds. Fly ball, center field. That's going back. Olea's going back. And off the wall. Just off the wall there. Runners had to stop it or hold. So 1 run is in. That is Trinidad. Scores from second. Mejias goes to third. And Savage with a double off the wall in deep center field also gets an RBI. And we're all tied up at 4. Still nobody out. That's going to bring up the shortstop. Barraza flied out and walked. Pitch is low for a ball. This is the 7th batter to come to the plate here for the Thunderbirds. Still nobody out. Pitch on the corner for a strike. One strike to count. Here comes a pitch. Inside for a ball. One ball, 1 strike to count. Comes the pitch. Breaking ball. Right side. That's going to fall. Close to the line. 1 run in. 2 runs in. And Barraza with a two RBI double as well. And the Thunderbirds have taken a 2-run lead. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Mickey Brewer. Singled and flied out. Pitch is high. So the Thunderbirds here with a big inning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 runs in. Nobody out. Runner at second base. And we are in the top of the 5th inning. Big inning so far for the Thunderbirds. Evan Martinez on the mound for the Tejanos. Pitches outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Again, Brewer hit on the count. 3 balls. Comes a pitch. Outside again. So Brewer draws a walk. And now there's runners at second and first. That's going to bring up the catcher, Peyton Pierce. Grounded out and flied out. And we've got a little bit of a pause here.
Not much better.
Mound conference. Again, Tejanos looking for a way to get some outs. Pierce right now is the 9th batter to come to the plate here for the Thunderbirds in the top of the 5th inning. Six runs on 6 hits so far just in this inning for the Thunderbirds. Pierce looking for his first base hit of the afternoon. The mound conference has concluded. Evan Martinez still on the mound. First pitch in for a strike. No ball to 1 strike. Tejanos here would love a double play. Trying to frame that pitch is Malave. Too far outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch. In there for a strike. Good pitch by Martinez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, the third baseman, Jeremy Cuevas, who started this inning with a double and scored. And the pitch, good pitch there. Gets a strikeout, first out of the inning for the Thunderbirds. That brings up the third baseman, Jeremy Cuevas, as I mentioned, who doubled to start off the inning some time ago. Martinez on the mound. Comes a pitch. Bit outside. Ball. Barraza at second. Brewer at first. 1 out. Tejanos looking to get out of the inning right here. Pitch. Bit high. 2 balls. No strikes to count. Martinez set. Pitch is outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Cuevas here is probably taking all the way. The pitch by Martinez. Inside part of the plate for a strike. 3-1. One out, 2 on. Action again in the bullpen over there for the Thunderbirds. Inside part of the plate again, 2 strikes. So the count is now full to Cuevas. Comes a pitch. Popped up. Out of play. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Another 3-2 pitch by Evan Martinez. And it's outside for a ball. So Cuevas walks. Second time on base in this inning. We go to the top of the order. And Marvin Hill, who singled and scored, had an RBI in the 5th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Comes a pitch. Swing and a miss by Hill. Thought he wanted to maybe check his swing there. 1 strike. Still only 1 out. Pitches outside, evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes a pitch by Martinez. Nice little breaking ball there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Martinez set again. Trying to get that outside corner. Just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martinez just trying to get that pitch over the plate here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Don't want to go 3-2. There's a nice pitch. Swing and a miss by Hill. Out number 2. And that will bring up the designated hitter, Javier Diaz, who hit a bomba in his first at bat here in the 5th inning. This is the 2nd time at bat for Thunderbirds. Timeout is called here briefly. Javier Diaz, the designated hitter at the plate. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Evan Martinez trying to get out of the inning here. Nice pitch. Swing and a miss for a strike. Looks like Martinez throwing more consistent strikes here. Here comes the pitch again. Fouled off right side. And over there by the bullpen. Everything all right over there. 2 strikes to count now. Evan Martinez ahead on the count. Interesting to see a selection of pitches here with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Bases loaded. Here comes the pitch. fly ball up in the air. Looks like Olea is coming in from center field, and the Tejanos are out, but not after 6 runs scored for the Thunderbirds. And going into the bottom of the 5th inning, it is the New Mexico Junior College Thunderbirds 6, the Tejanos 4. We'll be right back. Double and an RBI. And welcome back to Eisnega Field, where the New Mexico Junior College Thunderbirds had a big inning there with 6 runs scored to take a 6-4 lead. Moving to the bottom of the 5th inning, leading off for the Tejanos is the center fielder, Nico Olea. Got a single and he flied out. Big first swing there, swing and a miss. Tejanos down by 2 runs. They've got some time here. It's a 7-inning ball game. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Fouled off to the third base side. So Olea's behind on the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch by Hall, That is going to get through just past the shortstop for a base hit. And Olea is on with the single. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Irvin Duarte. Duarte has grounded out twice. This will be a good time to get his first base hit. First pitch. Grounder to second base. Flip to the shortstop. 4-6-3. Double play. And just like that, 2 down. Going to bring up the catcher, Duel Malave. 2 down, nobody on. Nice pitch there by Riley Hall to get that double play grounder. First pitch there by Hall, gets by the catcher. All the ball. Two balls, no strikes to count. 2 outs. Malave at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Inside part of the plate for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Malave. And here comes the next pitch. Fly out to right field. That's going to carry, but not enough. Nice play out there by Trinidad, the right fielder. That takes care of the Tejanos in the bottom of the 5th inning. With the score, the Thunderbirds 6, the Tejanos 0. We'll be right back. You want to flip to the outfield camera and see because Ace is out there. Okay, flip it back. We'll just keep checking it. Okay. Go ahead and flip it back to. Usually he calls me on the phone to see if it's on. Okay. I don't know if he'll call or not. Here on El Paso Sports Network, we're at Eisnega Field, where the New Mexico Junior College Thunderbirds lead the El Paso Community College Tejanos 6-4. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Evan Martinez, in relief of Jaziel Buchhaus, is still on the mound. And leading off for the Thunderbirds here in the top of the 6th inning is going to be Roman Trinidad. 2 strikeouts and a walk, scored a run. It's good. Two strikes to count on Trinidad. Pitch is high and inside. Trinidad walked and scored in that big 5th inning. Previously, he had struck out twice. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, nobody out. That's hit to second base. Rocha bobbles it and doesn't have enough time to get first base. So that will be an E4. Runner at first base. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Jesus Mejias. Mejias has been, actually he's been on base all 3 times. 3 singles, scored a run. And there goes the runner right away. First pitch. And cut down by Duel Malave. Nice pitch, a nice throw there to second base. Good coverage. And the runner is caught at second base on the steal. So 1 out. Mejia is still at the plate, but this time nobody on. Evan Martinez, a pitch, outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. That was a nice looking throw there by Malave. Perfectly accurate to second base. Pitch is in the dirt. 3 balls, no strikes. And now Evan Martinez behind on the count. 3 balls, no strikes. Here comes the pitch. There's a nice pitch there, bottom of the strike zone. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. And fly ball, right field. Vargas going back and out of here. That is a bomba for Jesus Macias. The 3rd bomba for the Thunderbirds so far in this ball game.
Coach, thank you for holding things down. I come in here.
Sir.
Another bomba by the Thunderbirds, I see.
Yep, stretches the lead now to 7-4. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Kason Savage, who has a double RBI and also scoring as well.
First pitch in there for a strike there, Coach. It was a 4-0 ball game leading up to this, and then
Right.
Thunderbirds have exploded for 7 runs.
Yep, they got 6 runs on 6 hits in the 5th inning, and then that bomba right there adds to the lead here in the top of the 6th inning. One ball, 1 strike to count. Left field, Samaniego coming back, then he comes up, makes the play.
For out number 2, much needed out there. Martinez on the mound here for the Tejanos.
Yep. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Talon Barraza, who has flied out, walked, and then doubled. He had a big double, 2 RBIs with the bases loaded in the 5th inning.
That first pitch is in there for a strike.
Center field, right to Nicolea, and makes the play at center field for the 3rd out.
So when we come back, we'll be the bottom of the 6th inning. You're
Correct.
watching Tejanos baseball right here on EP Sports Network.
We're kicking off Operation College Bound today here at Chapin High School. Operation College Bound is our premier enrollment roadshow. We go to schools throughout Region 19, set up shop, give them opportunities with our partners tabling, give them information about how to enroll, and they leave today with a full schedule of classes for either the summer or the fall semester.
Not a lot of students know what we can offer. Whenever students think about EPCC, they're just thinking about the basics, but they don't know that we offer different programs so that we have more than 148 programs to study. Sometimes we mention a lot of programs that they don't know that we have, and that's why they want to come to EPCC to do those kind of programs.
Everybody's really open and friendly, it makes it a welcoming experience. Yes, it definitely encourages me a lot more. I feel very welcomed and like it's an easy opportunity to get to. It's very accessible and I enjoy it, yes.
It's so important that they come to Operation College Bound. We try to demystify college by bringing college to their familiar settings. So there's really no need to visit one of our 5 campuses. If they come to Operation College Bound at our high schools, they leave with that full-time schedule, and there's no need to follow up or get lost potentially at any of our campuses to find out how to enroll for the semesters.
Welcome back here to the bottom of the 6th inning. I'm Asa Costa, joined alongside the Hall of Fame coach Tony Grijalva, who held it down for 6 innings there straight. The New Mexico Junior College Thunderbirds lead the EPCC Tejanos there, coach, 7-4, having a big 6th inning there.
Yeah, that big 6th inning started with a couple of bombas and then some timely hits. And, of course, runners on base, that's always going to hurt. But nonetheless, it's only a 3-run lead. And leading off for the Tejanos is Chris Tavares, who had his own bomba in his previous at-bat.
So Tavares, and on the mound is number 27, Riley Hall from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
First pitch in there for a strike. In the words of Mr. Morelos, I wonder if anybody from Australia is watching. Pitch is going to be fouled off for a strike.
Mm-hmm. Tavares behind on the count now. No balls, 2 strikes. The Tejanos looking to get something going here in the bottom of the 6th. They don't want to wait till the 7th.
That pitch is outside there for a ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Brandon Gomez on deck.
And that one's going to be hit up there towards right.
Looks like Mejias is... No, he lost it. Just like we were talking about...
Yeah, before the game, he gets in the clouds there. And he's still going to continue. Nobody covering third.
Right.
So taking advantage there of the missed opportunities is Tavares to get the Tejanos in scoring positions here in the bottom of the 6th.
And that's a big play as far as starting to gather that momentum. And that's going to bring up Brandon Gomez, who also had a bomba back-to-back after Tavares in their previous at-bat in the 4th inning.
Pitch is going to be up, hit foul.
And going after it. Oh, nice catch by Mejia.
Play at the plate and is going to get him. So the aggressive base running there doesn't pay off there, Coach. 2 back-to-back outs there with that tag up there by Tavares. But great throw there to get him out at home.
That certainly was. That was a perfect throw right where it needed to be. And Tavares, although he's got some speed, didn't have enough speed to beat the throw there.
So 2 outs now. Coming up to bat will be Orlando Samaniego.
Pitch is high for a ball. I mean, it seemed funny. Mejias dropped that ball where he didn't have much to run. And on that last pitch, he had to run all the way to the fence in the foul ball territory, and he still caught it.
Right there play by the Thunderbirds. 0-2. I mean, 2-0 the count to Samaniego.
So Iniego's walked twice.
That one's going to be hit hard there towards center.
Gets by the second baseman for a base hit.
Going for 2 there, Coach. He kept running.
Wow.
He's showing the speed is Samaniego. So runner back in scoring position with 2 outs there for the Tejanos.
And now we'll have to question why Tavares took off from third base there. He would have scored on that hit.
We go back to the top of the order here, and Miguel Maldonado for the Tejanos at the plate.
Yeah, Maldonado has actually he's walked 3 times. See that the Tejanos can get that run back here.
First pitch up there is for a ball.
Seven runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Thunderbirds. Here comes a pitch.
In there for a strike.
Yep.
Again, cloudy day here in El Paso. Like you said, we talked about it pregame. That ball popping up there, getting lost in the clouds.
Right. Not so much the sun, but the clouds. You're exactly right. White with a white background.
Big swing there and a miss. We're talking about that softball. At least the ball's yellow. Not in baseball.
No, you're right. You're right. Does make a difference. Big swing there by Maldonado. Just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Again, this is a 7-inning game. Game number 1 of 4. Waiting for the pitch from Hall. Hall. There it is.
Inside for a ball. Deuce is wild. Maldonado looking for
Hall taking every single second in that pitch clock right there.
Yep.
Looks like it got reset again, so we shall wait.
Pitch is outside. Full count. Interesting pitch here. 3-2 with 2 outs. See if Hall just comes back with a heater.
Samaniego showing that speed, getting that double at his at bat. That's going to be
Yep,
hit hard there
you
towards
go.
the gap. Will Samaniego take off? He will. Throw not in time. Going to second.
Yep.
Is out, but the run does count. So Tejanos
Yes,
at
it
least
does.
get one on board. Thrown out there at the plate. When we come back, it's the top of the 7th inning. You're watching Tejanos baseball right here on EP Sports Network.
Who's the pitcher?
And let's see, we're back here. Pitcher number, I don't have my big camera today.
We'll get the number for you here in just a minute. Top of the 6th inning. The Thunderbirds are up 7-5. Number 4, that is Jordan Morales, the new pitcher for the Tejanos, the freshman, making his 8th appearance. He's pitched 11 1/3, has a 5.56 earned run average, 11 walks and 13 strikeouts.
Again here, Tejanos down 7-5. Looks like we are in the 7th inning.
Mm-hmm. Did I say 6?
6.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're in California time, Coach.
Top of the 7th, yes.
You did a lot for the
See,
5 innings there, so
well,
it's all good.
You know what else happened is they New Mexico batted around in the 5th inning, so I had to use 2 columns.
There you go. Yeah. We got to get some bigger scorebooks here. These teams like to bat at least twice an inning, it looks like. I don't know how Dana does it with all his.
Yeah, I don't know. He must have the system down. Anyway, leading off for the Thunderbirds is Mackie Brewer, the first baseman. He's got a single, walked, and flied out.
First pitch is in there for a ball. That one makes it there
Yep.
for a strike.
Good location on that pitch.
Remember, game 2 will be 30 minutes after the completion of this game. Big swing and a miss there for strike number 2.
Good pitch by Morales. Morales trying to get 3 outs without giving up any runs. Give the Tejanos a chance in the bottom of the 7th here, down 2.
Pitch misses outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
Big
Nice
swing out
pitch.
there. So a strikeout there for Brewer. 1 down here, top of the 7th. That's going to bring up Peyton Price there, number 8.
Price, the catcher, struck out his last time up. He's also grounded out and flied out.
Got him right. It was Boston and Milwaukee and then.
Pitch, big swing, and a
Oh.
miss there, Coach.
Nice pitch by Morales. Breaking pitch that hit that strike zone. Oh, that pitch outside evens up the count, 1-1.
They were waiting for it, but just missed. Pitch is up.
And yep, he went around. Called it a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Again, much needed outs here for the Tejanos.
Definitely. Oh, got him looking. Nice pitch by Jordan Morales. Outside corner.
So 2 up, 2 down for the Tejanos. And that's going to bring up number 42, Jeremy Cuevas, for the Thunderbirds.
Cuevas has a double and he scored. He walked his last time up.
First pitch inside for a ball.
Breaking pitch. Didn't quite get into the zone. Nice pitch, though.
Almost check swing. Let's see what they say.
He went through. He called it a strike.
So 1-1 the count now. Morales with the pitch. Just misses there.
Yeah, must have been just missed because that was close. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count.
That one misses again.
Yep. Just a little bit low on his target there. 3 balls, 1 strike.
2 outs here, top of the 7th inning. Cuevas takes that one and will take his base. So a runner for the Thunderbirds on first as we go back to the top of the order. Correct, Coach?
That's right. That's right. The left fielder, Marvin Hill, struck out his last time, but he does have an RBI single. Actually, he has 2 singles. One of them was an RBI single. Runner at first base, Morales trying to get out of the inning here.
Looks back towards first. Not in time. Trying to keep that runner close. Pitch is up and in there for a strike.
Good pitch there by Morales. Gets ahead on the count, 1 strike. Good breaking ball.
Finds that corner.
Yep, inside part of the plate, 2 strikes.
Which I know we're going to talk about later on in one of the future episodes of Inside Heat, that ABS and how much these umpires are missing. Saw the average is 0.62 of an inch, Coach. That's tiny, like for the eye. So they're not missing by much.
Yep.
I mean, there's a couple that are missing way, way up, but on average, on your top ones, that's
true.
the game is evolving and changing. You guys be the voice of if it's good or bad. So 1-2 the count now. Tejanos looking to get this out.
Runner goes, fouled off, out of play.
Again, nice cloudy day here. It's still getting hot though. 85 the current temperature.
Wow.
Says it feels like 81. I'm going to have to disagree on that one. Pitch is up and in there. So Morales comes in, gets the outs that are much needed for the Tejanos to have a chance here as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. You're watching Tejanos baseball right here on EP Sports Network. Welcome back here as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. Here is number 30, Sal Rocha, up to the plate for the Tejanos, coach.
Last chance for the Tejanos here in the bottom of the 7th inning, leading off with the number 2 hitter in the order, Sal Rocha. First pitch inside. Rocha has flied out, doubled, had 2 runs batted in, and then hit into a double play.
Second pitch in there for a ball.
Well, if the Tejanos are going to do anything, this is a nice part of the lineup with Rocha, Vargas, and Olea scheduled up to bat.
That one's fouled off for a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike to count.
So it's the beefy part of the order here for
Yes, it
the
is.
Tejanos.
Yes, it is. Right fielder Pablo Vargas is on deck. He's looking for his first base hit.
Pitch is going to be hit
Very
there
good shot.
into the gap. So Rocha will get on base for the Tejanos, who trail it by 2.
Well, nice start for the Tejanos here. Leadoff batter gets on base. That's going to bring up again Pablo Vargas. Flied out twice, struck out once. See what they can do here. Again, the Thunderbirds up 7-5 here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Turn 2 play opportunity there for the Thunderbirds.
Wow, nice turn there. Good job by the shortstop, Malasa, picking up that one.
So leadoff runner is out at second. 1 out here. Coming back to bat is going to be the center fielder, Nick Olea. Tejanos down to their last 2 outs, coach.
Yep. Olea, 2 singles and flied out for today. Right now, the Tejanos need base runners.
Big
Ooh,
swing and a miss there for strike number 1.
that really was.
He was trying to hit it out there,
He
coach.
was trying to tie it up. No question about that.
That one's going to be hit there towards center.
That might be out.
Oh my God!
Dead center field. A
So-
bomba.
Bomba in effect there for Mr. Olea. 2-run shot. And ladies and gentlemen, we are tied up here in the 7th.
Well, that previous pitch, he really swung at it. We talked about, where he wanted to go with it, but he missed. That one, he did not miss. That was straight away center field, and it was a shot.
So tied up here, and it looks like there's going to be a pitching change as we moved. The bases are cleared. When we come back, it's a tie ball game here between New Mexico Junior College and El Paso Community College. You're watching on EP Sports Network.
We're kicking off Operation College Bound today here at Chapin High School. Operation College Bound is our premier enrollment roadshow. We go to schools throughout Region 19, set up shop, give them opportunities with our partners tabling, give them information about how to enroll, and they leave today with a full schedule of classes for either the summer or the fall semester.
Not a lot of students know what we can offer. Whenever students think about EPCC, they're just thinking about the basics, but they don't know that we offer different programs so that we have more than 148 programs to study. Sometimes we mention a lot of programs that they don't know that we have, and that's why they want to come to EPCC to do those kind of programs.
Everybody's really open and friendly, it makes it a welcoming experience. Yes, it definitely encourages me a lot more. I feel very welcomed and like it's an easy opportunity to get to. It's very accessible and I enjoy it, yes.
It's so important that they come to Operation College Bound. We try to demystify college by bringing college to their familiar settings. So there's really no need to visit one of our 5 campuses. If they come to Operation College Bound at our high schools, they leave with that full-time schedule, and there's no need to follow up or get lost potentially at any of our campuses to find out how to enroll for the semesters.
Welcome back here to Sergeant Major Eisnega Field. We're knotted up at 7th apiece here in the 7th inning, coach, with a 2-run bomba from Mr. Nick Olea.
Yeah, that was a clutch at bat for Nick Olea. You know, everybody knew he needed to get a base hit, but he was a little greedy. He wanted more than a base hit, and that bomba ties it up. And a pitching change on the mound for the Thunderbirds, number 30, Dylan Thibod. He is a freshman, and this is his 14th appearance. 22 innings pitched, 4.91 earned run average, 4 walks, and 21 strikeouts.
That pitch there is in there for a ball. That is going to be to Mr. Irvin Duarte at the plate for the Tejanos with the chance to win it.
Duarte looking for his first base hit.
That one's going to swing off foul for a strike. Again, 7-7. Tejanos were trailing 7-4. But have tied it back up here. I said every game counts here as they were fighting for that last playoff spot. That ball's going to be hit there towards left. And getting under it for out number 2.
Yep. That's Hill out there in left field.
So coming up to plate now will be number 21, Nick Cortinas. Oh, Molave, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Molave went in for Cortinas. Duel Molave struck out and flied out.
First pitch hit there, fouled.
Fouled off, looking at. Molave has a current hitting streak of 6 ball games.
Pitch is up. Inside.
Whoa.
Woo, did he get him? It did. I mean, he ducked his. Oh, no, wait a minute.
He's going to call him back.
I mean, he moved as much as he could there,
Yeah,
Coach.
He did. He did. That was close. I guess it would be determined by the reaction of the ball if it hit him or not. I really couldn't tell that.
But that was way, way inside.
That it was.
2-1 the count here to Molave. That one's outside now.
Nice stop there by the catcher, Pierce. 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck, Chris Tavares, the shortstop, who has a bomba in this ball game.
That one's going to be hit hard there towards the center, and he
Back
will
up the
get
middle.
on base
Yep.
there. So winning run is now on first, like you said, for Tavares.
Tavares hit a no-doubter in the 4th inning to left field.
Again, 1 runner on first. Tejanos come back after dropping the lead in the 6th to tie it up here in the bottom of the 7th. That one's going to be hit there towards third. Routine out there, so we will get extra
Fielder's
baseball
choice.
here as we move to the 8th inning. We are all tied up at 7. You're watching Tejanos baseball right here on EP Sports Network.
El Paso Community College has awarded more than 100,000 diplomas. But what does that really mean?
It means more technicians in high-demand, well-paying jobs.
More people to help you get better.
More expression of beauty in our community.
More understanding of life.
More flavor.
EPCC has helped our community to achieve their dreams more than 100,000 times. Shouldn't you be next? You belong at EPCC. Enroll today.
Welcome back to Sergeant Major Eisnega Field. I am Asa Costa, joined alongside the Hall of Fame coach Tony Grijalva as we move to Free baseball, Coach. The top of the 8th inning. The Thunderbirds and Tejanos all knotted up at 7.
Exactly. And, it's been a back-and-forth ball game. The Tejanos started off with a 4-0 lead. The Thunderbirds came back with a 6-4 and then 7-4 lead. And they're in the bottom of the 7th. The Tejanos with some clutch hitting tie it at 7. So now we got extras.
Still on the mound is going to be Jordan Morales from Eastlake High School. Pitched a very, very good 7th inning there, Coach.
He was very impressive in that 7th inning. 3 strikeouts, 2 of them looking in between a walk. So, again, they're looking, Morales looking to get the side out once again here in the top of the 8th inning. Leading off for the Thunderbirds is going to be the designated hitter, Javier Diaz, who has a strikeout and a bomba in this game. Morales on the mound here.
First pitch down and out for a ball.
You have to be careful with Diaz here because we know he has some power. He hit a shot in the 5th inning, that big inning for the Thunderbirds.
I know you talked about it early in the game, Coach, but the Tejanos are vying for that 4th spot, tied up
right
there with Amarillo. Every game from here on out matters.
Definitely, very important. Nice pitch there by Morales. Yeah, but you're right. It makes each inning that much more important.
So 2-1 the count, no outs here. Top of the 8th inning.
Oh, just missed that one. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Got to be careful here. You don't want to put it directly over the plate.
That one, runner will take his base.
Yep.
So Thunderbirds get a runner on base, as that's going to bring up number 7, Roman Trinidad.
Trinidad has 2 strikeouts, walked and scored, and reached on an error.
Again, talking there to Coach, getting last minute instructions here. Again, no outs here, top of the 8th. For the lefty.
Lefty. A lot of the lineup for the Thunderbirds bats from the left side.
That pitch is hit hard but foul.
Well, it was aggressive, went after that first pitch. One strike is the count.
And runner on first. Showing bunt.
That was a surprise.
It was a fast butt, hit right there towards the net.
Yep.
It now goes down 0-2.
Right.
Morales with the pitch. Just misses that corner there. 1-2 the count now.
As you said, try to hit that corner. Just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Pitch from Morales. Hit hard, foul. Still the same. 1-2.
Yeah, Diaz at first base. Faked that like he was going and then held up. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Again, cloudy day here. Already seen it affect the outfield.
Oh,
That pitch
just
is
missed.
high.
Yeah, hung that one outside.
And good crowd here as well here, Coach, for a Friday.
Not bad for a Friday. You're exactly right. And the pitch. Outside again.
So Trinidad working his way back into this count here after going down 0-2. Again, game 2 will be 30 minutes after the completion of this game. This is free baseball currently right now in the top of the 8th.
There goes the runner, and it's outside. Trying to get that breaking ball, just doesn't break.
So Thunderbirds get 2 on base, and that's going to bring up number 2, Jesus Mejias.
Mejias, 3 singles and a bomba. So you've got to be careful with him. Here comes Coach Susi. He's going to go ahead and make the change.
So Morales getting out in the 7th, but struggling here in the 8th. So Coach Susi will make a change when we come back. You're watching Tejanos versus the Thunderbirds right here on EP Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Sergeant Major Eisnega Field as we got a new pitcher on the mound for the Tejanos, Coach.
Yes, sir. On the mound is number 5, Isaac Arrieta, graduate of America's High School. He's a freshman. This is his 14th appearance on the mound. He's pitched 24 innings. He's given up 36 hits, 30 runs, 9 walks, and 25 strikeouts.
Thunderbirds threatening with runners on first and second, and more importantly, no outs here in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, they've gotten themselves into a situation here where they don't want to give up any runs, but you have a runner in scoring position at second base. You have probably the leading hitter for the Thunderbirds at the plate right now.
So Arrieta looks back towards second, takes that first pitch in there for ball number 1.
Just a bit inside. Mejia comes in batting .390. He's got 4 hits, so he's over 400.
That pitch makes it.
He also has 9 home runs so far this season.
And you get with the pitch, that was going to be fouled off.
That was a breaking ball that hung up there, and you could tell he went after it.
He went after it just
a little bit too early.
A little bit too early. In the case, it's 1-2, no outs here. Runners on first and second.
That's what you call jumping on a pitch.
Mm-hmm.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Arrieta trying to get this big out here at the plate.
Pitch is high for a ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Arrieta not even looking at. Oh, there he is. He thought he wasn't going to look at the runner. Again, that breaking ball didn't break in time there, Coach.
No, he's having a little bit of trouble controlling that one for some reason. Not enough of that spin on it. Full count. 2 runners on, nobody out.
Pitch just misses.
Yep.
So with that, bases will be loaded for the Thunderbirds. And that's going to bring up Kaysen Savage, number 12.
Savage, who does have an RBI double to go along with a strikeout, a flyout, and a fielder's choice.
Tejanos in a tough predicament currently, again, with no outs. First pitch is going to be popped up. Again, we talked about it earlier. Just misses it right there in front of the mic there.
Yep. Malave, actually, he picked it up late. Turned around, didn't know where it was. But a credit to him, he did find it. It's just working his way to the screen there, making it kind of tough.
That would have been an ideal scenario there for the Tejanos to get that first out.
Yep. Infield is in. Trying to cut off the run at home.
Savage takes that pitch for a ball. 1-1 the count now.
Big situation here for Arrieta.
Going to be hit hard right up towards center. Olea gets under it. Play at the plate. Possibly no. Cut off. So 1 run will score on that sacrifice hit by Savage, Coach.
Right. Well, I guess so. 1 run is better than 2 or 3. So
good throw there by Olea. It's a long throw, but
it was. That was hit pretty well.
Arrieta there with the cutoff. That's going to bring up number 4, Talan Barasa for the Thunderbirds with runners on first and second.
Barasa also had a 2 RBI double in the 5th inning. Center field again.
That was going back towards the wall. Hits the wall. 1 runner will score. Chalk it up a double there for Barasa. And the Thunderbirds add another run to extend the lead 9-7.
That may be the same area he hit his other double at. 3 RBI already for Barraza.
It was getting out there. Leo read it well, but too much power there on that hit.
So Mejias goes to 3rd. Barraza is at 2nd. That's going to bring up the first baseman. Mackie Brewer, who singled and walked, also struck out.
Pitch there from Arrieta outside for ball number 1. Again, 1 out here, top of the 8th inning. Swing there tipped for a strike.
Trying to go inside on Brewer. See if Arrieta tries that breaking pitch again.
Pitch is up. Big swing and a miss there for strike number 2.
Nice pitch executed there by Isaac Arrieta. He's a hit on the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, the catcher, Peyton Pierce.
Big swing, just fouled.
Yep.
So a long strike there, still 1-2.
Trying to go opposite field there.
Again, only 1 out. Tejanos need to get out of this inning. Trailing 9-7. That pitch is going to be in there.
Oh, nice pitch. Inside corner.
Big strikeout there for Arrieta.
Certainly was.
As you said, that's going to bring up Peyton
Pierce.
Pierce.
The catcher struck out twice, flied out and grounded out.
Again, Thunderbirds lead it 9-7 here. Top of the 8th inning.
Areta looking for that one more out without giving up any more runs. Pitches outside.
Outside for a ball. Pitches up from Arieta, finds it for a
Yep.
strike.
That time he got the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Mulave with the sign. Pitches up. Going to be hit there again towards center. Olea going back. Still going back. And unfortunately, that is
Whoa.
gone
Wow.
for a 3-run
Three-run.
bomba.
Yep.
So
Wow.
Peyton Pierce there, coach, showing some skills, hitting it towards center, adding 3 runs for the Thunderbirds.
Wow, that was a big shot. That one just carried, just kept carrying. I thought maybe Olea was under it, and he'd be able to gauge that. That's his 4th home run of the season for Pierce.
So Pierce breaks this game wide open. 12-7 is the lead for the Thunderbirds, and coming up to bat will be number 42, Jeremy Cuervas.
Cuevas had the double and 2 walks.
And get this first pitch is in there for a strike. We've seen the Tejanos bats light up, so a 5-run lead
Yep.
is still manageable.
Yep.
As that one's going to miss there for ball number 1. That one's going to be tipped there for strike number 2. Again, we were all knotted up here at 7 at the start of the inning.
Yep.
The Thunderbirds have exploded for 5 runs here in the top of the 8th. As that one's going to be hit towards right.
No, just foul. Yeah, the Thunderbirds in the top of the inning here started the inning off with 3 walks. So 3 runners on base, they all scored. And, that's always going to get you in trouble, those walks.
So 1-2 the count here to Cuevas, who walked his last at bat, ironically. That one checking the swing.
No swing.
So 2-2 across the board. For Arieta and the Tejanos looking to get out of this 8th inning.
Nice pitch. Swing and a miss.
So with that, the damage has been done. 5 runs scored here. Thunderbirds lead it 12-7 when we come back. Bottom of the 8th inning, you're watching Tejanos baseball right here on EP Sports Network.
We're kicking off Operation College Bound today here at Chapin High School. Operation College Bound is our premier enrollment roadshow. We go to schools throughout Region 19, set up shop, give them opportunities with our partners tabling, give them information about how to enroll, and they leave today with a full schedule of classes for either the summer or the fall semester.
Not a lot of students know what we can offer. Whenever students think about EPCC, they're just thinking about the basics, but they don't know that we offer different programs so that we have more than 148 programs to study. Sometimes we mention a lot of programs that they don't know that we have, and that's why they want to come to EPCC to do those kind of programs.
Everybody's really open and friendly, it makes it a welcoming experience. Yes, it definitely encourages me a lot more. I feel very welcomed and like it's an easy opportunity to get to. It's very accessible and I enjoy it, yes.
It's so important that they come to Operation College Bound. We try to demystify college by bringing college to their familiar setting. So there's really no need to visit one of our 5 campuses. If they come to Operation College Bound at our high schools, they leave with that full-time schedule, and there's no need to follow up or get lost potentially at any of our campuses to find out how to enroll for the semesters.
Welcome back to Sergeant Major Eisnega Field. Coach, May 9th, Tejano Day. They're at Rio Grande campus there for EPCC. So all your future college students, go take a look at what EPCC has to offer.
Right.
But in this game here, Tejanos have a big task ahead of them. Down 5 here is number 15. Yeah, where is he at?
Brandon Gomez.
Gomez is at the plate.
Gomez does have a bomba back-to-back with Chris Tavares back in the 4th inning. Dylan Thibaud is still on the mound for the Thunderbirds.
From Lockney, Texas. Ooh. And runner gets on base any way, anyhow, Coach.
Exactly.
So that's going to bring up number 22, Orlando Samaniego. Yep. Showing some speed, getting that double on his last at-bat.
Yep, Samaniego with 2 walks and a double. We got a pinch runner, get the number, I think that's Gio Rodriguez, number 1.
Pinch running for Gomez is number 1, Rodriguez.
So Coach Susi wanted to get some speed on the bags.
Right.
I think so. First pitch is in there for strike number 1.
Yep. So Maniego had a notion to swing on that one. Held up.
I think so, yeah.
1 strike the count. There's 2. Thibaud with some good control there, especially with that fastball. Hitting the corners. 2 strikes to count.
That one's going to be hit foul.
Just a bit late with Samaniego.
Again, Tejanos trail it 12-7. Bottom of the 8th inning.
Ooh, that was close
there.
That would have been hard for me to take. That was close.
I probably would have swung, Coach. Knowing me, I probably would have swung.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Samaniego. He knew about that one.
So is that 2 outs, correct?
1.
1 out. 1 out.
Yes, sir.
Coming up next is going to be the 3rd baseman. That's going to be Miguel Maldonado.
Top of the order for the Tejanos. Maldonado and Rocha on deck. Looking to keep the inning alive here for the Tejanos. Down 5. For the Thunderbirds, 12 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. For the Tejanos, 7 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error. Ooh, look out. Nice stop there by Pierce, the catcher.
So again, 1-0 the count, correct? 2 Maldonado, runner on first. Hard pitch in there for a strike.
High strike, high in the strike zone. Maldonado didn't really agree with that one, but
got to protect the plate.
Yep.
1-1 the count to Maldonado. Ask for time, granted.
comes a pitch.
That one finds that outside corner there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tejanos down to their last 2 outs.
Yeah, Maldonado behind the 8 ball here. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pitch is up and in there for a ball.
Little high, 2-2. One out, runner at first.
Maldonado back in the box. Down in the dirt, but good save there by the catcher.
Makes it a full count on Maldonado. Interesting pitch coming up here. 3-2, 1 out. Oh, and he missed.
So runners now on first and second. Foreign coming up to the plate will be now number 30 for this game, Mr. Sal Rocha.
I get confused too.
And looks like we're going to have a meeting on the mound.
Yep, I think that's Coach Robbins that comes up to talk to Dybod.
Again, in the standings, El Paso is 10-10 in WJCA conference play. So is Amarillo, 10-10. Amarillo is facing Howard College this weekend. So very, very important games there. And Western Texas is and New Mexico Junior College trailing there. 9-11 in conference play is Western Texas, and 8-12 is the Thunderbirds. So that last playoff spot's going to be a battle.
Well, right down to the end.
Conference is over. On the mound is number 30, Rocha, steps into the plate.
1 out, 2 runners on for the Tejanos, second base and first base.
Big swing and a miss.
Being aggressive going after that first pitch. Good pitch on that outside part of the plate.
Hit hard there towards third. Double play opportunity there. Gets runner at second. Gets it at third. So with that,
5-4-3.
the Tejanos fall here in game number 1 to the Thunderbirds. In about 30 minutes, we'll have game number 2 between New Mexico Junior College and El Paso Community College. We thank you for tuning in and listening to Coach most of the game here. We'll be back here for game number 2 right here with Sergeant Major Eisnega Field right here on EPSportsNetwork1.com.